Hey guys! My name is Elistax, and we're back with Oxygen Not Included, playing the Dangerous Planet Cycle 12. Hopefully in this episode, we can finish up our main base here, where we have food, and we'll get it shuffled around a little bit so that we have all the beds in order and that the base is relatively small so we don't have to use up so much algae maintaining the base. So, we have our oxygen supply from last time and our food doing relatively well. We still need somebody perpetually making it. But we do have power now. Although I think we may be disconnected again. Gosh darn it. No. Not quite what I wanted. But that's an easy fix. So, that will be done there. So, now we're gonna start with these walls in here. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep them from taking pressure damage, but... well, and we're probably gonna get our research done this time too. Is research even selected? Need to pause this so I have some time. Look at my plan. Need to fill these in. Need to dig all this out. Try to lower this water level. We've got a lot of water in our beginning area, which is really nice. It's really nice, but we're flooding. So, blessing and a curse, I guess, right? Anyway, off we go. We got Jamor here making more mush bars. They're still just as unappealing, although I think that thumbnail for the last one may have actually outdone them. That was a fun texture to find. It looks so slimy. It kind of looks slimy and gross there too, though. They're really slimy and gross. But we've got enough for the day. We will once he finishes this one. Oh, they're trapped underwater. That's not good. Gonna prioritize that because we can see their little suffocation bars. Oh, they're not trapped. They're just upset. I really wish we had mesh tiles. I think that's up next. Oh, did we disconnect that one too? We disconnected that power. We did. So, that's not so bad though. No research. Parker really is fast. Oh, now we have our mesh tiles. That'll make our base a little easier. I don't really use all these, any of the rest of these too terrible much. The temperature is great for plants. My temperature's still okay though. You can see everything is temperate, except for the duplicates, which are hot, which makes sense because they're mammals and warm-blooded. Well, maybe they're mammals. They're warm-blooded. We kind of need our little table back before we're too stressed. And now we can have dining tables. Dining tables. Nice. And this will let... these are great because they let our oxygen... you can see we have a little trouble flowing through with the oxygen. It's not quite making its way up there because it's down... or it's built... it's created or generated down here from the carbon dioxide. And then, well... these generate oxygen and consume carbon dioxide, so not really generated from, but generated and decreased at the same time. Anyway, this oxygen only really has this little edge, and the carbon dioxide really this little edge. An interesting quirk is, look at this. We've got carbon dioxide all bunched up in a corner. So you'd think it'd just go down, but things in this game seem to bunch down into this right corner, so we need to make sure that our airflow is good, or we just end up all bunched up in the corner. So we're really close to our base. We got some metal back, thank goodness. Well, we're still short on metal. I'll go mine some more gold amalgam. I wonder if they can, I think they can make it down that far in water. They might get a little upset. They don't like stepping in contaminated water very much. So who's where? Jamore's still cooking. Ben Holland's watering the algae terrariums. That was a long route to take to that. Hey, research! Harper's so fast. We're only at double speed too. Well, we are at double speed, but yeah, we're 3 more, and then we can get rid of these 2 and fix this up. We need to block some of that oxygen so we don't lose as much. We're kind of escaping over here, and I have enough. I don't have enough metal. I need more metal. I need more metal. Everyone's idle. I need more metal. They don't have copper ore. And I don't think I have any more copper. Oh, I do have some more copper ore. I dug that last time. Yeah, chalk it up to another bug. I know I dug that last time. We've got a bunch of things sitting up there. Might finally be time to put the hatches on top of our base. Oh, we're so close to having all that research done, and then we'll have access to all of the goodies in this game. We're actually pretty close to access to all of the goodies. Ooh, he dug himself into here, and now he's cold and upset. Anyway, change that to all. Just deconstruct all that, unless there's a wire. No, there's no wire. I'm just gonna go get that. What? Big B. He really is kind of our problem child there. He's just never quite claiming the right task and always getting himself in the wrong location. But we can harvest these and have some food. Did we... oh, sweep that. I kinda want that too. Damn, he's fast. He's so fast. Anyway, filtration, and then there's just one after this, and then we can try to finish the base. We'll have some more metal. We'll have a lot more metal down here. We've got 1,000 kilograms in each of these little blocks, the little squares you can see me highlight. So that'll be many times the metal that we have now. They're just leaving the mush bars on the... change my priorities around a little bit. Need them to actually put those mush bars in the fridge, because dirt seems to spoil. So they're 92% fresh, unrefrigerated, in use. Meh, you'd think that would be eating it. Oh look, we have meat? Oh, they must have dug up a hatch. Because hatches can drown just like duplicates can drown, they just drown a little quicker. But yeah, we still have both our hatches up here. They really do like to eat all my food up there. But oh, I built that ladder, stupid. Deconstruct that. That wasn't good. Almost good on the mesh tiles. We got some more copper here. I'd like to use copper in the base because it's a little prettier. Just a little bit prettier. Plus 0.1. So each one of these, you can see our decor overlay is still excellent. Well, we need down here to be a little prettier, but up here is where they spend most of their time anyway. And that's looking really good. So we'll fix down here a little bit. That way Jamore's happy cooking. We'll get him a little better station in case we have to wait for the metal though. They're digging it. In the base it's nice to use copper, but I'm going to run out of copper very quickly. There's just not that much in this map. And then once I get out of my starting area, you can see my starting area, this circle. The background textures actually changed too. See this? I have put a storage compactor right there. You can see the line. It's this line of granite and obsidian. And I get a lot of I get a lot of nice things in my starting area. Just prettier things, nicer things, easier to work with things. And this granite used to be really important because it was stronger, but they fixed some of the pressure damage things, apart from my little flub, but the tiles don't seem to disintegrate quite as easily. Got that taken care of. Still trying to lower this water level enough that we can do something with it. Because this is... I can't build my last layer of base until I have my water level down far enough that we don't immediately disintegrate the bricks from water being on both sides. This'll help some. Am I in copper? Oh, do I have enough copper? I don't have enough copper. I should dig down there. I don't think they'll make it. We can try. We can just try. Maybe somebody is fast in water and can hold their breath longer. So we need amphibious diver's lungs, which I don't think I have. Okay, he's gonna dig one. Dig, build. Oh, over here we could dig some. Really hoping to get our water level lower. We could drop it in here. We don't, like, the duplicates will go down and hopefully pick it up. Unless their routing goes a little wonky. Which it can. But we're looking at a pretty good source of water. They'll climb all the way down the ladder to wherever I dig it to. It's just a matter of whether they can reach. I have some more copper. Where did that come from? Probably... Oh, up there. They climbed up. So that was nice of them. And then... So you can see granite has a higher overheat temperature and... Oh, I'm not researching? Oh, I'm out of coal. That's bad. That's my only power supply. I need coal now. I need coal, like, immediately. This is dangerous, though, because if I get hydrogen into my base, it'll float it up at the top, and if I get enough hydrogen into my base, they'll start suffocating my duplicates when they're asleep. And that spirals out of control very quickly. I did that on in the pre-alpha. I did that that was my first mistake. I still want to do it, or I still think, you know, look at all that algae there. It's so nice. But it's just not worth having hydrogen in my base. Try to widen this out. I need coal. I really need coal. Because our food's gonna spoil, we can't research without coal. And coal's all the way down here. So if heavy gases go down into the corner, I can probably dig down here if they can make that. Oh, I'm too stressed? Oh, there's no power. I might have to make a temporary generator. Because otherwise all my duplicates are going to be stressed, and that will go poorly for me very rapidly, because they'll start to vomit and binge eat and all their... Let's see, so... Binge eater, so that will go through my food. Oh, at least Higby's just a vomiter. And he's always upset. Higby is the problem child. But... it's Higby and Swank. Oh, Swank was so chill last time, though. Thanks for chill, dude. Our battery's really inadequate, too. They're gonna move really slow if I don't fix this. But I just don't have the coal. And I don't see any good sources of coal. I can pick up a little bit there if they can dig that far, but that's like a solid wall of granite, and all my guys are terrible at digging. They're still building that. Oh, they found some coal. I don't know where, but they found some coal. Maybe my hatches pooped out some coal. Sweep that right now. So we've got power for just a little bit longer, which is as good as I can ask for right now. They might actually make it down into that middle. That'll be nice. I didn't expect them to make it that far. Look how deep that is. Research. Get this last one done, and then we won't need quite as much power. One more research thing. Just one more. We're close. Got almost all the novice research. And then he'll start on that is so fast. Look at that. 33, 34, 35, 36. No. Parker is absolutely a genius. 15 scientists. That's a higher level than any of the other skills of any of my duplicates. So we're going to have access to all of the nice things just as fast as we can. Maybe I can get my cooking station. Can I get my cooking station? I can get my cooking station. I can't use it yet, but I like to have it. Just to have, you know? In case I find some, well, really some of these, but we don't want to contaminate our water supply by going into digging into there, because that's all polluted ice. Well, this is polluted ice. This is snow. And we're finally built up enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's our shift over from my inability to count. And we build those two. Are we done? We're done with novice research, so we can get rid of that permanently. We'll be done. We can move that bed over there. Just deconstruct this. Deconstruct that wire there. It decreases decor. And we need a bed. And then we can deconstruct all this. I don't want to get rid of the ladder yet. I want the ladder, because I need a ladder there anyway. Oh, I don't need one there. We can have insulated granite tiles. Oh, no, we can't. Mechanized airlock. And now I'm going to end up going to have to start to read my plan shortly. We've got almost everything built up. Fortunately, they have some interchangeable tiles like this, where you can take the tiles, you can take the regular tiles and swap them. I'm all out of granite. Is that decor? Nope, overheat. So, we can't make our base entirely out of granite, but we don't have the diggers to implement that completely. So, only gonna make this too deep. I need to find a liquid geyser, but I can put a pump down here. If I dig this out, I can put a pump down there. Oh, they can't reach it. I'll have to wait for them to lower the water level. Nope. Oh, our research is done. Huzzah! Research done! Boop. And that'll be gone. Well, I mean, you can see. The research. All done. Completed research. That's always a good landmark for a base. Still got 10 minutes left for recording though, so we'll finish out this base, like the main base, this square here. We'll get the bottom built in. We'll get it set up and painted and all that. We'll even allocate our next couple of spots for duplicants. We'll finish essentially, and then we can start on, you know, accessing this amazing source of infinite power that solves the world's power problems forever. For 8 people. I don't know if it would last past 8 people, but it'll infinitely supply power to 8 people. I don't think I have any so keep them from getting sick, but then I have to supply twice as much food. And we've got just under 4 days worth of food there. So, we'll keep running it. I'm gonna have to see if I can dig to some more coal or get generators started. That's so close. I'd love to at least... Oh, Abyssalite. Abyssalite takes forever to mine through, but we need the material. We need Abyssalite because it has an insane bonus to it where you can't overheat things created out of Abyssalite. They have a plus 2,000 degrees Celsius. So let's see if we got a good duplicant. So we've got destructive, so we're I want a digger, but no strength, and you can't train strength. So minus 45 so 45 less kilograms. That's awful. Narcoleptic's pretty bad. It makes them slower because I arbitrarily fall asleep. Buff is nice, but we've got another narcoleptic. Yokel just means they can't research, and nobody's researching right now, so... Aww. The printing pod will need time to recharge if you ooze these duplicants. I feel a little bad for oozing them, but... Not what we need. Goodbye. I'm sorry. Oh, speaking of which, the details of the duplicants and the creatures both, I always find this interesting. Their primary element is genetic ooze. So just the element is genetic ooze. More and more it just feels like printing. Oh, they're printed, but it feels like they're just printed out of genetic ooze. Which they probably are. This is going to fill with water, this section here. I like to keep water at the bottom of my base, that way if anything happens up here, somebody doesn't manage to make it to the bathroom, or if somebody gets stressed and throws up. And it's not as likely in this base. This base is really very kind, compared to the forced end game of the previous base. Or bases that you could build. So they did fix a lot of the bugs. It's the fluid dynamics, they're starting to really strut their stuff right now. You can see our mesh tiles doing their thing, letting the oxygen up. That'll slowly compress slowly pressurize the base. Because this is high concentration right here. This is breathable. It's actually a pretty good concentration. I'd be happy if the whole base was like that. But I'm going to use this oxygen for other things like plants. So I'll be able to cart it around using these little gas pumps, which I'll put in now. You won't see them in effect for... Oh, we've got a lot to build. They're going along though. We're kind of in trouble on coal. I wish they moved better in water. I really wish they moved better in water. But it's only the amphibians. Well, the ones with amphibious trait. I don't think I picked any of them up, but it's kind of tricky to check without slowing them down. Hey, Jamor's faster. We have quite a bit of food. We'll probably cancel that. He was so close to plopping out another one of those, but it's really better if we get the hamster wheel. Here's a nice thing about these mesh tiles. You see, I empty water, and water goes down. You didn't really see it flow, but it goes down. We're risking pressure damage down here, but I think it'll push the water out to the sides. Sometimes the tight areas with water, actually a lot of times the tight areas with water are a little buggy. So cross your fingers, no pressure damage. Does that mean we have to sort it? No pressure damage! Nice! We'll finish up these 4 tables. Are those 3 tables left? Got a bunch of space for pictures. As I said before, we're gonna have a couple air pumps in there. Air pump, air pump. Yeah. Cancel these 2 just so it's nice and symmetric. Yeah, we can put 2 air pumps in there. And we're so close to the base, I'm just gonna finish this. We're gonna put a gas pump here and a gas pump here. Those are for plants later. We've still got some duplicates that need nest tables. We're doing great on decor again. Each one of these is great. I know I don't have lighting. I apologize. This space is not going to have as much lighting as well, it's going to have that light. Because I tried lighting before, and this was in the thermal upgrade some, but the heat problems, lighting here is just shows you where the light is, and I could put one there. I'll put some light there and there. I'll have to wire those up. Oh, do I not have metal in there? Oh, no more metal. We really are running low on metal. But, oh, we've got some more metal there. So we've got enough for a little bit more wiring. I wasn't really planning on these lights, but it seems wrong not to have some lighting. This is going to be more metal than I have. So, we'll connect them that way. Looks a little awkward, but it takes less metal. And that's at least some light. But lights generate heat. So, they take 10 watts power and they add 2.5 watts heat. That's not really all that terrible, except for the only bonus to these lights is plus 15 decor, and each one, or for their range. So that's about here. So each one of these pictures is a masterpiece, so it's plus 22 decor for 6 tiles. And 6 tiles is 3 beds, so this picture is hitting all these, all the way out to here. So it's better to have more pictures than it is more lights, even though it seems a little sad to keep them in the dark. It's not so dark, though, you know? It's... They got some light on their relaxation stations, and they eat in the dark, which is what, in some restaurants, is a real treat. They have those blind restaurants. I've never been to one. They seem interesting, though. I'm so out of coal. I'm and they're all idle. I'm going to do my best to make it down to that coal without breaking into this hydrogen. And oh wow, that's more coal than I thought. Look at all that coal. And this is a hot biome right here. It's got some of the best things. You get coal, you get algae. Algae is our sole source of oxygen right now. But it's also got two of the most dangerous gases, because you can't really get rid of either of them in convenient ways. You can generate power with hydrogen, but it's hard. Destructive? Why? Why are you destructive? Digging, athletics, learning, those are all good things, and you're destructive. Oh well. Bottomless stomach is not good. It's also not the worst thing. Learning, the learning attribute determines a duplicant's research effectiveness and rate of skill gain. So that's why Parker was so fast at research, because he had 15 learning. But it also increases their skill gain, so when they're leveling skills by running on the wheels or doing their activities, they gain skills faster. That might be worth it for her, because construction is very nice, and we have the more construction we have, the cooler the things we can build and less time. Why is my stress at 70? Oh, power. Still coal. Well, we'll print her. Let's name her Alex. Actually, this is an old friend. Hola. Print Hola. Give her a bed. They're all idle? Are they digging their way down? Any more coal we can get to, really? There's nothing but down here. We've got our manual generator. Battery sufficiently full. Did we deconstruct something? Okay, I'm good. They should stop deconstructing those. I guess I told them to deconstruct all, so that's my fault. It's really not good for our stress. See the lighting. The lighting here, you can see the decor. So, well, not only do you have lighting's only plus 15, and then electrical wire minus 4, and there's no way to avoid at least one electrical wire sticking out. We've got 2 stressed, and I'm hoping the 2 stressed are... So, who's stressed? Parker and Van Hollen. They are on the table, so that works out well. We're going to need that coal. We're getting close, though. We're very close to the coal. Very close to this all working. Ola gets her table. Now we're just down to one more duplicant before our base is at capacity. Oh, it leaked from all the way over there. I'm hoping that's not much water. If we get too much water, then these take pressure damage really easy because they're just algae. I've got 2 idle. Idle is not good. I'm gonna slow this down because I'm not tracking this as well as I could. So for power, I'm going to build. Oh, I don't have to build amalgam either. Why are we so short on metal all the time? It seems unnecessary. It's our water here. We just can't get to it. all this. They can't climb down that far. They just cannot reach that metal. We've got some coal, though. We're back to having coal. I'm going to make this coal only. That way delivering to that coal generator is easy. We're going to make that 6 so we don't run out of power. They're mining that out, and it's looking like I'm at about time for this episode. We got our square base. Well, not square. Rectangular base, our little rectangular base. We're going to queue this up so we continue to have food. And I will continue. Oxygen not included in the next episode. See you guys!